Well, good morning. It's our last full day on the Disney Dream, and it's not actually a full day on the Dream because we are at Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, Disney's new island retreat. And I believe I said that backwards yesterday, so I think I got it right today. It is a beautiful day. It is 80 degrees or so outside, no clouds, not a bit of wind, so it should be a perfect day to explore the island, see the performances, try out the new eats at True 2 and True 2. I think that's it. So we're excited to get out there and see the new areas and enjoy the sun and our last day in paradise.
Well, the journey to Lookout Cay today begins with the oft-talked-about half-mile walk from where the ship docks to the island, and it's set up this way to protect the fragile ecosystem of corals that is under the shallow water close to the shore. So yes, it is in the sun. It is a bit of a walk, so be prepared for that, maybe an umbrella.
All right, it's 9:22. It took us 10 minutes to walk from the ship to the tram area, so that is not so bad. It's almost like a theme park.
Once you pass through the entryway, it's about a 5-minute walk to the tram stop, and unlike Castaway Cay, there's no way to walk to the main part of the island where all the fun is. You have to take the tram, and the tram is about a 10-minute ride. Interesting note, the family cabanas are actually on this side of the island, meaning you have to take a tram to get to where the food and fun is. Looking at the map of the island, the entrance and the family cabanas are located here, while the oceanfront and food and shops and attractions are a tram ride away over here.
We'll be arriving soon at the Gala tram stop.
Taking a look at the recreation area, the tram stop and the shops are located in the center. Down to the south, you'll find Scuttle's Cove for kids, as well as one of the barbecue locations. All the way up the east side is Family Beach, and then at the top you'll find Serenity Bay, with beach dining and cabanas solely for adults. And then just to the south, you'll find the other barbecue location for all.
Well, we made it to Goomba Bay. Is that what it's called? Goomba Bay? It took us about 20 minutes total from the ship, including the tram ride, maybe a little bit more than that. But it is a beautiful place. All the trees are new, which is really funny. And by the way, earlier I called it True 2 and True 2, but it's True and True 2. So that's the correct way.
And here's the proof that I finally got it correct. It's True Barbecue, and its sister station, True 2. The seating around these areas is actually planned out pretty well. There is plenty of covered seating, and there is also a bunch of fans to keep the flies away, although we didn't have any issues that day. As we were walking about getting our bearings, we saw that Sebastian's Cove was nearby, so we decided to check it out and freaked out the cast member a little bit.
It's all good, we're not open just yet.
So we had to leave, but we found the Play Pavilion nearby, and I was expecting it to be sort of like on Castaway Cay, with extra large games and ping pong and things to play, but it had really tiny versions of yard games. I think it's meant just for little kids. As we headed to the beach, we found this area with a ton of seats and loungers and umbrellas, and this is eventually where we ended up. Unfortunately, due to the wind, we weren't able to put up an umbrella, and we ended up getting yelled at by a cast member, even though we never saw a sign or warning about it. Luckily, we were able to find the shade of a palm tree to relax in. As we walked around, it was very obvious where we should and should not be. There were walkways and fences everywhere to keep you in specific areas. Now, the rush out, gush out play area seems pretty cool. We don't have younger kids, so we didn't go in there. It didn't really feel like it was for us. At the north end of the area is Serenity Bay, the adults-only area. They have their own barbecue there, as well as their own cabanas. The beach area was very full the day we were there, and there was really nothing sectioning it off from the family area except for a rope. And I feel like some people weren't paying too much attention to that. Unlike Castaway Cay, there is no breakwater here, so what you've got is beach and ocean, so you're dealing with the waves and things coming in. There is a rope out there, I guess, in case you get too far, but I didn't feel like I could just take a raft or a tube and relax out there. Now, the Dream having been in Europe for the past few months and the crew never having been to the island before was kind of funny. When I went to get my smoothie, they had to look up the instructions for how to do it, but it was actually pretty good. Okay, time for lunch.
So it turns out that basically you start either way on the right or way on the left, but not that way much because these farthest windows are for special needs, allergies and such. And you kind of conga line around to the middle and then you're done. But I don't think you're supposed to conga line. because they have salads and stuff at each window. So it's like you can get a burger and salads or meat and salads like ribs and stuff. But yeah, it's sort of a weird setup.
It's obviously something that's still evolving. Now, a lot of people aren't fans of the barbecue on the island, but I really like it. I look forward to it. The barbecue chicken, sometimes the ribs are a little overdone, but the salads, and here they had a jambalaya and yuca fries, so that was something different. Of course, there's a number of bars scattered about the island. I did not partake, so I have no review on those. There are 2 stores located by the tram stop on your way in or out, as the case may be. One features authentic items from the Bahamas, lots of jewelry, craft items, some clothing, and a variety of different artworks. The other store is for your Disney needs. They've got t-shirts, they've got sundries like sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, also beach towels and sand play toys. It's been fun, but we've had enough wind and sun, so it's time for us to head back to the ship.
We're back, everyone. Just ahead is Mabriga Cove and your Disney Cruise Line ship. That means we've come to the end of our relaxing, fun-filled day at Disney Lookout Cay.
We hope you visit us again soon. Yeah, see you around. You know, see, like the ocean. You should leave the jokes to me, Lizzie. But I come from a family of stand-up chameleons.
If that long walk to and from the ship is something that you absolutely cannot do, they do offer golf cart rides for those who need assistance. They also have a limited number of strollers and a pretty good number of little red wagons that you can borrow if you think the kids can't make the walk this distance.
Well, it may be a long walk back to the ship after the day at Lookout Cay, but it sure is beautiful to look at the ship and all the blue water around it. We are back from Lookout Cay, and I thought it was okay. It was a hot day, fairly windy. They would not let us put up the umbrellas, so there was not a lot of shade to be had. I think I prefer Castaway Cay a little bit more as far as the water area goes, because this is like just a beach, essentially. With Castaway Cay, you've got that sort of protected area by the reef out there, and there's, you know, you got the snorkeling, you've got pelican plunge, so there's a lot of stuff to do. You can actually relax on a tube or a float out in the water and just kind of, you know, hang out there. This, you're actively in the ocean with lifeguards and things like that, lots of waves coming in, so a little different feel. I feel like this is more of an area for the young ones. The kid play areas looked super cool. A lot of splash zones and things like that. But as far as like adults or maybe even teens, it again just kind of feels like a beach. The food was fine. I heard it was going to be a lot different, or at least that's the impression I got. It was going to be more Bahamian. It was ribs and chicken and potato salad and burgers and hot dogs. And that was all good. It was all fine. There was some jambalaya. There was a Bahamian rice and pigeon pea dish, but it didn't overly feel much different than what they have at Castaway Cay at Cookies and Cookies too. And this was at True True and True True 2. Okay, no, I got that right. And they, I think, more successfully did the lineups at Castaway Cay, the way it's sort of undercover when you're working your way through the line. Here, you're sort of just on the outside of a flat building and you're in the sun. So when there's a line, you're hanging out in the line for, 15, 20 minutes before you even get to the food, and then you're kind of working your way around the building. So I don't think they really won any design awards with that. We didn't spend too much time on the island. I think it was about 3 hours. We didn't see the Junkanoo celebration. We just felt kind of really hot and tired, so we headed back to the ship. And the walk is not that bad. I mean, it looks bad, and maybe first thing going out in the morning and you're like, oh my God, but it only took us about 10, 15 minutes to walk out there, and about the same on the way back, even though we were a little bit tired. So it was fun. It was a fun day at the beach. I think I may prefer Castaway Cay a little bit more. But it was fun. Way to go, Disney. Nice island.
After cleaning up, I wanted a snack, so I went up to Vanellope's. And I've never bought anything in there because I thought it was overpriced. but I never actually looked at the prices. And Stacy has been getting this ice cream for $4.50 a cup, and it was really tasty, and I wanted some of that. So the woman behind the counter and I figured it out. It was some sort of Spanish peanut ice cream. So I got a cup of that with some blondies, and ooh, that hit the spot. The Golden Mickeys is an okay show, but I can watch Disney's Believe over and over again, mostly thanks to the genie. He always keeps it fresh. I mean, they're all stars in the show, but obviously he's the favorite. Almost time for our last dinner on board in Royal Palace, but we're going to kill a little bit of time listening to Ellis Lucero in the Champagne Bar. We're finishing up back where we started in Royal Palace, and my gosh, was it just 12 nights ago where we started this whole thing? Boy, time flies. Tonight we've got the Captain's Gala menu. Starters tonight include an aged prosciutto, there's a braised oxtail soup, entrees include a roasted red snapper, there's a fettuccine with Parmesan crusted chicken, and an oven roasted pork tenderloin. At this point in the cruise, obviously our servers know us, so there is iced tea waiting for me at the table. For our appetizer, we both got the Oysters Rockefeller on the half shell, and for the whole cruise, this would be the only appetizer I would suggest not getting. I felt like it wasn't as fresh as it should be. For the next course, we both got the white onion soup.
This must be like salmon in there.
There is. There's a little piece.
This soup was actually a surprise. It was rich and creamy without having an overbearing onion taste. I would definitely get this one again. For our salad course, we both got the lemon fennel salad. This had green peas, smoked salmon, smoked trout, and a creme fraiche. Once again, Disney pulling out the smoked salmon in a dish, but it was pretty good. And most people look forward to the Captain's Gala menu for the lobster tail. And once again, just like on Pirate Night, our server helped us get the meat out of the shell. This one was a bit of a challenge for him.
I would destroy that at home.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Me too. We've tried.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Could never do it.
Perfect.
Our servers, by the way, were fantastic the entire trip, so if you're seeing this, Da Nang and Moro, thank you for being so awesome. For dessert tonight, there were some nice sounding options, and Stacy got the Captain's Table Sundae, which was mint chocolate chip ice cream with chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and a crunchy meringue.
That's mint chip ice cream. I got some upstairs earlier in the week that said it was mint chip ice cream. It was not.
I finished with the old-fashioned apple pie, and then we headed off to find a good space to watch the See You Real Soon show.
Some very special friends who'd love to come and say hello one final
bottom.
We finished the cruise off, as we tend to, with a final drink in the Meridian Lounge up on deck 12. As usual, we got a chocolate martini to share, although I don't remember getting so much of it. But that's fine. It's not really my thing. It's Stacy's favorite. Then we took a final walk from the aft of the ship all the way up to the bow, and we discovered that the door to the new concierge area had been left unlocked, so we poked around a little bit. It's a nice uncrowded sundeck lounging area, and that's about it. Aside from this new bar that we saw, I don't believe it was ever open during our cruise, although I didn't watch it 24 hours a day. And sadly, that's it for our transatlantic cruise. All we have to do now is pack up the rest of our gear, have breakfast, and get off the ship.
Well, good morning. It is our last morning aboard the Disney Dream small tier. We have breakfast this morning on the ship. It is second breakfast for us because we had second dinner seating. So we have to be there at 8 o'clock, and then everybody has to be off the ship at 9 o'clock. So that is our plan for the morning. Got all our packing done, eat some breakfast, head to the airport. And that's it for our 13-night transatlantic cruise.
We had put our luggage out in the hall last night, I believe by 10 p.m., and then the crew took it, and it magically ends up in the terminal for you. Breakfast for us is in Royal Palace because that's where we had dinner last night, and we're second seating dinner, so we have second seating breakfast. That's around 7:30 or so. Disembarkation breakfast is always a bit sad because you realize that this is going to be the last time that somebody is doing all the cooking and all the cleaning for you, probably for quite a while. But you get to enjoy those last few minutes of luxury and maybe some really good French toast, actually.
Hope you have a safe and pleasant journey home.
A few final thoughts. We absolutely loved our first transatlantic cruise. It was spectacular, although by the end of 13 nights, we were a little bit done with cruising. But spoiler alert, we booked a placeholder cruise, and we've got another cruise already booked for this year. So DCL, see you real soon.